Well, I've corrected your mistake, Desric. Too late.
God, so much double lights today.
Hey, at least I'm helping the
Or
GM out here.
possibly shortish session, yeah.
That's yeah. We're gonna have a large Destiny pool, but
So
the session's
use
gonna be
them.
short today. So
Yeah. Real quick, what time do we do need to stop? It's currently 5:11 my time.
Like 2 hours, because I need to eat and shower and stuff, so
Okay, so 7 o'clock, the usual break time.
yeah.
Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Zeke here, and we are back to some Edge of the Empire. Relics of a Time Past. What is this, episode 12 now?
Yep.
I'm somewhat remembering them. I got so much stuff to remember. Either way, as you heard before I actually got to welcome everyone, this will be a short session today. Some real-life issues are coming up with some of the players, and hopefully we get net for Tough here. It stays.
Yeah, it should be fine. The net's fine. This is my home PC's taking a dump.
I thought you said something about the laptop you're on has issues with connections.
Oh, well, it's in my room, so it's a fair distance away from my router.
Ah, okay, I get you. Either way.
So, yeah.
Last time we left off, they got the Skylark fixed enough to get off the planet and move around. Still needs to go to dry dock. I do believe the plan was to go investigate if there's a temple over here. As Leo saved the day with some interesting charts and maps. I know there was a few other things you guys found, I just can't remember what it was.
engines for Y-wings.
Yeah, but I was more thinking what's in the no, yeah, it was the show. It was the whole manifest of what was supposedly left here, and the Y-wing engines were there. That's right.
Not to mention some survival gear.
Survival gear, and someone found a old clone blaster rifle.
Yep, that was Leo. I have that on it.
It over encumbered him, so he had to leave it there.
Yes, it did.
Which I think the rules state you can carry up to a total of 5 encumbrance over your max. You can get around. It's just to use it, like to do any rolls or stuff. It adds like 5 black dice to what you're doing.
Yeah. All strength and agility based stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
What encumbrance was that blaster rifle though?
I handed it to you, the card. Don't know where you put it.
Card for it. It might be in the I know where it is.
I think it was 7.
Yeah, which would be 2 over my encumbrance. Yeah, 7. Anyway, I've got the recap.
Alright. So, go ahead and do that. I'm going to go grab my dice and do some rolls.
Okay. Entry 19.04.09. Point D. Accessing memory. Decryption protocols rush left. Access granted. We are still on the fungal world of Felucia. Or rather, well, I am. Miss Ileana's plight is an unfortunate reality that I'm not entirely sure I can simply walk away from. Logically speaking, for self-preservation, I should have boarded that vessel and departed with Abe. With the unstableness of Desric, the unpredictable nature of Rose, and the danger posed by Miss Ileana's position, I should have left. The rebellion needs droids like me. Eldaron most certainly won't be the last disaster, even if the rebellion hopes that it will be. The galaxy needs me. My higher calling needs me. But here I am, willingly stranded for the time being on a world that is as alien to me as I am alien to it. The galaxy will have to wait, and if I can dismantle a criminal syndicate and possibly a cult along the way, I will do so. It may not help the galaxy as such, but it will help someone. And in a galaxy such as this, saving just one person may be all that is needed. The Empire has an invested interest in these items as well, and I must do all that I can to stop that, even at the cost of my own life. For the most part, however, we have recovered from the previous day's troubles. I only set upon finding this possible artifact and get off this sponge. I have seemingly assisted Rose in finding that destination, and as soon as we are confident we can fly, we shall do so. Then, once we've left here, it's to another world. Other than the fact that the rebellion took a victory there against the Empire, I have very little knowledge of the system, which is quite unfortunate. I'm assuming that it's going to play havoc with my systems, and thankfully, once Yavin has been explored, the remaining planets are occupied, far more than any planet in recent memory. Well, with the exception of Tanab. Now I suppose I should mention the Purgle in the room, Desric. He doesn't seem to be best pleased with my continued presence aboard his vessel, but as it stands, he will have to manage. The logs I sliced into, by accident I must mention, proved his current instability. Also, do not blame him for his current situation. I would normally suggest a relief of duty. Unfortunately, we are on Felucia, and short of sedating him, we will not be able to give him the treatment that he requires. When we are in a more stable environment, we will have to face this issue, hopefully with the authority of his family. That is, assuming that the rebellion can free them, of course. Whilst he is sick and not in full control of his faculties, we have to press on. As cold as it may seem, we need to focus on taking the relic and departing. Perhaps our future travels will find some place that can provide treatment for the man. Thank the Maker I am not a medical droid. Encryption protocols, rush left. Entry locked.
That was nice. I love it.
So, just who is Leo's maker, I wonder?
It's usually left up in the alpha droids.
Yeah, well, I just know with 3PO, he had a definitive maker.
Yeah. Yes, he did. Well, I mean, that's up for debate, but anyway, let's continue on because we don't have enough.
Yeah,
time.
sorry, I digress. No, it was excellent. I don't recall Leo saying thank the maker before though.
He has a couple of times.
Ah, okay. Well, it was good nonetheless. Especially the bit with the medical droid. I'm now trying to envision Leo as a medical droid.
Just walk into Pith's makeshift medical bay and take a look at the assassin droid in medical clothing.
Pretty much.
It'll probably
I
be
think that's
a
how
little similar
Desric
to,
would see him.
It's probably similar to the Mr. Handy droid in the Citadel in Fallout 3. What's his name? Sawbones. Basically, when you asked him to tend to your wounds, he ends up wounding you.
I don't remember that.
That seems about right.
It's been so long since I played that game, I don't actually remember it.
And given Leo's propensity for welding Desric's face, plasma cutting Desric's face.
That was
Yes.
one time. Jeez.
It tends to be hard to forget.
Yeah, with surgery on the cards. Yeah, makes sense.
Now, anyways, I rolled a light and I already put it down, so you guys got a hell of a pull.
Oh, jeez.
Sweet.
good
We
to
have
use,
2
isn't it?
hours to use that.
Also, everyone will take a strain because obligation came up.
Yay.
Desric,
Oh shit.
you're safe. It's Rose today.
Whew.
Oh, lovely. This worked in
Oh,
my favour
timing!
somehow.
What timing?
Actually, yes, this is perfect timing.
Works in my favour so well.
All right, so everyone seems to be on the ship, if I got this right.
Yeah, we were just getting our stuff ready to head out.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're starting up the engines, testing, see how everything worked. I don't remember exactly how far you got, but I do remember Desric first tried to power them without turning them on, send fuel through it, see how all that works, and I do believe it all checked clear.
I'm
I
trying to
believe
remember
so.
how the text went, and I don't.
There was some debate as to whether we were going to relocate the ship.
Oh yeah, either relocate the ship or strap a starship engine on an industrial hover lifter.
Well, ultimately, if we can grab a speeder, that would be ideal. But there was some question as to whether there would be any place to land where we're going. Whereas here, the ship is safe.
And given that we've just finished fixing the ship, maybe it's not a great idea to, go get it wrecked again.
If you have that kind of lack of faith in your piloting abilities there, Desric, I guess we'll have to figure out another solution then.
Well, last time my mechanic told me that my ship was ready to take off.
Touche.
Although the Skylark has turrets, and the critters on this planet are pretty nasty.
True. Fortunately, the one turret. Oh yeah, we did fix the other one. So yeah, we got two.
There is always a bigger fish.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
I use summon bigger fish.
Okay, so what's the plan? Are we dismounting and heading off on foot, or are we gonna fly out there?
We don't know the current state of the landing, if there is even a landing area in that area. So what we could possibly do is do a flyby, get some data, and decide where we go from there.
Like a scouting run, bring the ship back, and then make our way out on foot?
That is, if we can't figure out a way of landing there, then is.
I like that plan. Any thoughts, Illy, Rose?
That sounds good to me.
Scouting trip will do it. It'll help. If we can land there, then it'll be even better.
No objections, Mirez?
So long as we get it, let's do what we need to do.
I'm gonna assume Doc's on board. So, all right, everybody, strap in. Let's prepare to go on a scouting run.
Leo is going to come to Pith.
And what do you say when you open the comm?
Dr. Pith,
Yes.
do you by chance have any experience in piloting a vessel?
I guess that depends on what you mean, pilot. From A to B with nothing in the way, yes, but nothing heavy on the maneuvers.
Okay, never mind then. I was considering having you pilot the vessel and then drop us off on some hard ground so that we can get into the quote unquote temple as soon as possible. And you keep the Skylark in the air. But if you don't have any experience in minute controls over a vessel, probably not a good idea for you to pilot it near heavy foliage.
Oh, well, if Desert gets it in position, I can keep it in the air. That's not the hard part.
Yes, but if we need to get picked up in the same position.
How do you plan to get down? Out of the ship, if that was the case.
We could probably drop onto some of the plants. They would likely cushion our fall to go down.
I'm assuming this is a private comm and we can't hear this.
Yeah.
Why don't we bring one of the industrial hover lifters? It can hold everyone, and we can push it out and adjust the repulsor lift to lower you down and raise you up as needed. Kind of like a makeshift elevator.
It's possible, though. Will it fit?
Didn't we already bring them on board?
Not the industrial ones. The Skylark has like a hover trolley.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
thought when we
industrial
brought the
ones-
engines in that we had brought one in with the engines on it.
No, that had to be done from outside.
The impression I got is the industrial lifters are too big to fit inside the ship.
That's what I assumed. If that isn't the case, then by
Pith
all
hasn't
means, we can
seen
bring
the
them on board.
Pith hasn't seen the lifters.
Oh, okay. Yes. So Leah comes from and goes, the industrial lifters are not big enough to fit on the vessel unless we attach them to the sides. And that isn't exactly a favorable decision for anything to unless it's specifically fitted to do so.
Well, we have 2 mechanics and 2 slicers, so your call.
Is Pith's door open?
No, it's always shut, but it's never locked.
Okay.
Pose this idea
And it's
to Miss Ileana. See what she has to say about the matter.
Okay, well, if no one said anything to Desric was planning to take off while all this was happening. I already made the roll, but we can I don't know RP some more, but Desric wasn't actually when he said strap in, we're gonna take off, he was like planning to take off now.
Yeah, Leo looks to Desric and goes, one moment. We are hypothesizing a entryway into the temple.
Oh, okay, you're back in the cockpit with me. I thought never mind. Okay.
Leo will
So
usually
Desric
sit
will
and
halt
clarify
his
this.
pre-flight checklist and kind of wait for. Okay, Leo.
We'll keep your roll,
Do you
though.
have a suggestion?
The idea is for well, Piff has put forth this idea to take one of the industrial lifters and use it as a repulsor lift down to the surface. If we hover above, Piff can pilot the vessel whilst we go down, save us having to take a trip back to this base. If we can't land there specifically.
Desric makes a little bit of face at the suggestion of Doc piloting his ship, but then pauses for a moment and ponders. Those hover lifts weren't really meant for carrying people. They don't have any railings or anything. What's to keep us from falling off?
We could possibly tie you to the handles. We have some
This plan is getting more and more shady.
and going into a temple that possibly has some sort of supernatural phenomena isn't a shady plan.
Fair point. Well, if they really want to do that, could we, I don't know, stick them between the mandibles at the front of the ship?
We quite possibly could. I wanted to get Miss Eliana's opinion on that first.
Isn't there a ramp sorry, above board for a second. Isn't there a cargo ramp at the front of the vessel by that aft?
It's either a ramp or a lift specifically for cargo, for heavy lifting.
So would it be possible to put the repulsor lift in the mandibles, like at the height of where the lift comes down, so you could just like take the cargo lift down and be right on the repulsor to...
It can fit between the mandibles, but what's going to hold it there?
No, we would absolutely have to jury rig something. I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying, if we put it there, would we be able to access it easily?
If your rolls are good, yes.
I'm not entirely sure what the landing gears on a YTR.
They're away from this.
Yeah, there's 2 back and
I think there's 4
2
total.
forward. Yeah, I think there's like
Yeah.
2 forward.
2 up front, 2 at the back.
And I think they're kind of situated under the cargo bays. So that, there's a cargo bay on either side in the aft, and there's a forward cargo bay.
So they're kind of out of the way, so we can't use the landing gears to detach it.
Now, some variants of the YT hold escape pods or cargo between the mandibles, so they may already have some sort of attachment points. And Desric's uncle was a cargo hauler, so it's possible that those cargo points might be there. Yes, Lance, that was my point.
Oh, they do have railings, just not the Empire. They're just afraid people will lean on them.
Yes, I was making a joke about things not having railings in Star Wars, but
unfortunately, I don't believe we have any kind of what would we call them? Tractor points.
yeah, or anything to tie it down with.
Yeah.
All right, relay your plan to Illy. If you guys can come up with something quickly, we'll do it. Otherwise, we'll just fly back and make our way back on foot. Excuse me.
That is, unless you feel like rappelling down.
Can Doc hold the ship in a hover?
Seemingly so, as long as you can get it into position. Though we might have to huff it back.
Yeah, I don't fancy the climb back, but well, see what Illy has to say.
Okay, so Leo is going to patch in Lee to the comms and inform her of what he was just discussing with Piff and Desric.
Okay. Yeah, Ellie ponders about it for a minute and just... I can only really see 2 practical options. We rappel down. I can probably rig something up to pull us back at the end of the trip. Or we fly very straight, very level, and put the heavy equipment on top of the ship. Honestly, I'd rather use the ropes.
Certainly. And I do have a grappling hook that I found within the base.
All right, ropes it is then. I don't suppose we have any ropes or climbing gear aboard.
Like I said, I have rope and I have a grappling hook. If we lodge, either lodge the grappling hook into the ship or
We can tie
fuse
down
it.
to one of the. There's plenty of cargo. What am I trying to say? There's like places where you lash cargo down to inside vessels.
Yeah.
There'll be
Absolutely.
plenty of those and to lash down to.
I can move one of the cargo winches over to the boarding ramp. We get to pull the ropes up when we're done.
Then all we need to do is hold on to the rope and it'll lower us and raise us.
Now I like that plan a lot better. All right. Illy, do you need anything from outside the ship, or can we make our way there and you work up a solution on the way?
It shouldn't take long. I'll have it in place by the time we get there.
Okay, then. And Desric will start his pre-flight checklist back up.
Alright, so Illy's going to be working during the trip.
Yep, that's right.
Alright, so go ahead and give me a mechanics roll. Desric, we're keeping the roll you have.
Yep.
Alright, so what'd you get?
5 success, 2 advantage.
Alright, so as you turn everything on, it's not as smooth as it usually is, but it's working. And you've gotten used to this damn thing bouncing all over the place, but you lift it up, seemingly no issue of what it had before. A lot of that has been fixed, but it is very sluggish compared to what it used to be. Though that said, steady as a rock.
Sweet. Quick AFK, the dogs are going nuts.
Cool. Illy's mechanics is 2 success, 2 advantage.
Alright, so you end up just hauling the winches over and getting it all set up, tying the ropes to it. How many ropes are you putting down?
Let's see. Let me just double check Illy's inventory. I think I had 4. Come on, hurry up and load. She has 3 ropes.
3 ropes. Does Leo want to offer any of the ones he found?
Yeah. She's gonna be handed the grappling hook and the rope they found.
Leo actually found about 5 rope.
Nice.
Cool. So yeah, all the rope is going to be handed to Ellie.
Okay, so how many are you going to put down?
Let's see. We'll set up 5.
Alright, so you get that set up. Doesn't take any time, really, and Desert gets the ship moving quite well over the forests. Before you get there, your comm goes off.
Oh, okay. She'll give an answer. Yes, Tilly?
Hello, Ellie.
Aaron, how are you?
Oh, doing well. Not getting so many bruises, draining a little messy here. Or the other way around.
Well, hopefully she's not getting any.
I ain't that fast. That little girl's quick. I don't know what you've been feeding her, but... Ugh. Either way, she is wanting to talk to you, and once that's done, I gotta talk to you myself, so... You able to, talk to her for a while?
Yeah, I've got a few minutes. We're in flight right now, but yeah, we can manage.
It's probably gonna
As
need to
we're
be...
flying,
Say what?
as we're flying, I want to do like my rounds on the ship just to make sure that everyone's like doing all right. And yeah, I want to pass like Illy's area, and I just want to listen in.
Are you trying to hide your presence, or...
Yeah, I'm bloody trying to hide it.
Alright, roll your stealth. Illy, roll perception. Though Rose will take a boost because Illy is both working and talking.
2 success, 1
Alright.
triumph. So
I'm
modified.
going. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade my roll. So 3 success,
5 advantage.
5 advantage.
And Illy get no advantage, right?
That's right.
No, I shouldn't.
So, Rose, you stay hidden, but because of Illy's triumph, she has a feeling that someone is there. Whether or not she cares or not, she doesn't. That's up to her.
Yeah, she'll kind of look over her shoulder, and she trusts everybody on the ship as much as she can. Maybe not Mraz, but yet. Yeah, she'll leave it be for now.
Well, either way, Aaron pretty much comments, "This is probably going to need more than a minute, Illy. I mean, I don't know how long she wants to talk to you, but you're going to want to hear what I got to say."
Okay. I'll make time.
You hear a knock coming from your end. As the door opens, you hear your daughter's voice, and the comm is handed to her.
Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm doing good. Uncle Aaron's getting better. I've been training him, but yeah, I'm actually starting to have to try a little now.
Well, that's good. Keep up with it, all right?
Will do.
Just remember, keep it hidden.
I will. And the conversation goes on for quite some time. Before you get to pass it back to Aaron, at one point in the conversation, after she says she does miss her dad, she does state something. It's been kind of lonely. It's just been Aaron. I don't know where Solara went.
Well, I'm sure she has your back. She always has. Even when she's not there.
I know, but she's been gone longer than usual.
Well, I'm not sure what to say. I haven't seen her. But then I never do.
Well, I'll let you get back to it, but Uncle Aaron wants to talk to you.
Alright. Hand the comm over to your uncle. And get some sleep. Alright?
Okay. About this point, you get the Aaron gets the comms back, but let's go hop over to Desert if he's back. You're right over the spot.
Okay. I guess Leo and I are the only ones with a decent view from the cockpit, so I guess we'll call Rose or Mira's up to the cockpit, and we'll kind of make a few passes to see if we can see anything of note.
Roll perception for you two, because you guys are going to see it first.
Okay. Given that my perception's a little poor, I'm gonna burn a destiny point on upgrading my roll. I mean, we have enough of them. Did somebody already flip that for me, or was that one already flipped while I was gone?
Tough used one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and burn another one.
Okay.
So...
Leo, you want to burn one as well, or no?
Doing what, sorry?
Perception check from the cockpit. You guys have made it to the temple. The location that you've been looking for.
To the west, right? Just making sure.
West, yes.
Yeah, good.
Given
Wow, fat
how
lot of good
small
that did
my
me.
dice pool is, yeah, I don't think. Yeah, Leo's perception isn't great, so I'm not going to waste a destiny point on it. Yeah.
So I had 1 success and 3 advantage.
And I only rolled 1 purple, but it landed on 2 failure.
Nice. So Desrick's gonna see a fat lot of nothing, and he's gonna come over to Rose and Mira's. Hey guys, we're over the point, but I'm not seeing much anything from up here. One of you two want to head up to the cockpit and let us know if we're in the right spot.
Either way, real quick, the only thing you guys are seeing is the mountain wall, and then right below it, obviously a fungal forest, but you do notice that there are rather large trees at this one point. And that's about it.
Yep, fat lot of nothing.
The door opens, and Merez is the first to arrive. Well, considering I don't know what I'm looking for, I guess another pair of eyes is not going to hurt.
So Desrick will make kind of slow circular passes over the point, kind of trying to bank in to give Miraz as much view as possible.
I guess if he calmed Rose as well, her calm would have gone off, right?
She would have immediately turned that off as quickly as she could.
Just saying.
Yeah, it still dinged. Yeah. Or it still popped up saying something. Alright, what is his perception? Not the greatest. He's taking a look around. Yeah, all I see is cliffs and shrooms.
Okay, well...
Where's Rose?
Yeah, Desrick will try to ping her comms again. Hey, Rose,
Again,
are you coming up?
Turns it off immediately as soon as it starts beeping.
Did she just hang up on me?
I can locate her if you wish.
Well, I know she's on the ship, but... Yeah, could one of you go grab her? Desert just looks a little exasperated.
Um, one moment. And he gets up and heads down the hall.
During this time, Illy's still having that conversation, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, cool. Because I'm just going to wait a little bit. And then maybe another 20, 30 seconds after she started talking, she's just going to leave and head to the cockpit.
Like, through, past where she is, or are you gonna go around?
I'm not sure. I'm just waiting until like maybe I can look and see Leo, and I'm just gonna like start walking towards him.
Well, before Leo gets in sight, Aaron once again has the comms, and he says, so I had one of my friends go check out Mandalore, see if that really was Ken. It was. But he's no longer on Mandalore. No one knows where he went.
Damn it.
It gets worse.
Worse?
I don't know if it was him, whether intentionally or in self-defense, but there are a couple of bodies behind him.
Bodies. Who?
I don't know. I mean, none of them are bounty hunters, but neither one of them was actually much on the right side of the law, but they weren't the violent type, nor were they, you know, killers or not killers, but no interest in bounty hunting or slavery, nothing like that. I don't know. But 2 bodies and a stolen ship.
He stole a ship.
Yes. One of them belonged to one of the bodies.
Is there any way you could track it down? Any way you can establish contact? Anything?
I've got people looking, but once a ship goes into hyperspace, tracking it is very hard.
I was hoping if that was him, we could find out before he left Mandalore. Alright. I'll keep trying to reach out. If he manages to find a comms hub of some kind, maybe he'll get some sort of message, but we've been dark since everything happened. I need my family back together, Aaron.
Believe me, I'm working on it. But my hands are full with the missy here.
I know. Thank you.
I'll let you get back to it. Good luck. Hopefully you find everything you need. As quick as possible.
Hopefully. Keep your head up.
Head up, ears out, eyes forward.
Alright. Sounds like we're about to land. I'll talk to you soon.
Be good.
You too.
And the comms hang up.
Yep, Rose is making her way to the cockpit now.
She'll put the comm link away and finish up with the ropes.
Yeah, so Leo gives Rose a passing glance and then turns towards the cockpit and calls down and goes, I found her.
Great. Desric's still circling the same area. I still don't see shit.
Right at the spot, I'm guessing.
I think so. I mean, this is the general area, but we can't see anything. Wait, who did we just lose?
Probably the recorder.
Oh,
I look
okay, no
out.
big deal.
I have a look out into the space, see what I can find.
So you're just looking with your eyes?
No, I'm trying to see through.
Alright.
Yeah.
Perception with 1 force die. And the dice decree this should happen.
The dice decree.
Apparently.
Yeah, I got 2
2
blanks.
success, 3 advantage, 2 whites. Feels good.
2-3-2. You'll have to give me a minute. They're playing with the dogs right now, and it's just really loud. And I told them I was streaming too. Ugh, annoying.
No worries. Make do.
All right. So you look out first with your eyes, and you see exactly what they see. But you remember the map, how there was mushroom trees, large ones, kind of almost making a path, or at least blocking one. As you look past them, using the force, you're down on the ground. You're following the path, and it does lead to an opening, but the opening is not in the mountain. It's in the ground, going in and then down one of the fungal trees. It's gnarled, it's old, and it doesn't really look welcoming. But through the cave, or this hole, you do hear somewhat familiar laugh. The difference between this and the ones you heard before is this one's more lifeless. Almost devoid of personality. It's like a memory.
This is the spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any guidance on where we should? Well, that doesn't look like a good place to sit down. Where I should park
She's
this metaphorically?
She's just going to describe the area where and look around to see if there's any flat points for the Skylark to land.
Or at least enough of a clearing for us to rappel down.
Well, as you look around, there's
All that.
nothing flat to land on.
So
But there are
rappel down.
definitely openings in the forest for rappelling.
Alrighty, we can rappel there. She points to like a small spot where it can be possible.
All right. Well,
Can't land
if
the
you
ship.
and Illy want to get the ropes ready, I'll contact Doc. Let's get him set up and make sure he's comfortable before we leave the ship to him.
Good idea.
And so,
And she's just gonna leave and head down.
is that okay? Jonas is moving his token. I thought you got Jonas's token by mistake. Okay. So Desric will come to Doc. Hey Doc, I'm about to put the ship in a hover. Why don't you head up here and I'll go over the basics with you.
On my way.
She's gonna head down. Rose is gonna head down to the I guess docking ramp or whatever. Say, Illy, ropes. We found the spot. She's just coming.
I'm on the way.
If Leo and Illy were in the engine bay, you do see Pith walk out and start making his way to the cockpit.
Leo is looking to Ellie and goes, I will catch up with you. I just want to put away some of my gear.
All right.
I don't want to be carrying a lot of this stuff into a tunnel by the looks of it.
Sounds good. Speaking of which, I wasn't going to ask for it back because I thought you were heading out.
Yes, absolutely. He's going to hand over the blaster.
Thank you. And she'll gather the rest of the ropes and all that kind of stuff and make her way over toward the ramp.
Leo is going to watch her leave. And then Leo is going to walk into Piff's office and close the door.
Well, Pith has made it to the cockpit.
All right, so go ahead, grab a seat, and Desert will point to the co-pilot seat.
He plops down in the co-pilot seat, and you actually see him make a decent amount of checks and some getting used to the controls and whatnot. You can tell he's done some piloting before, but how much you don't know.
Okay, so your maneuver thrusters are over here. I'm going to set the computer to leave the altitude constant. All you got to make sure is not to account for drift, but I don't know. How windy is it?
Nothing bad.
But winds are pretty quiet, so shouldn't be too difficult. You familiar with the YT series?
No, but the controls are generally universal.
Yeah, nothing too fancy with this one. Just, the engines are recently repaired, so they're a little touchy. Try to stick to just using the maneuvering thrusters if you can help it.
Will do.
Do I need to make a check to put the computers into a like a piloting check to set the computer to hover?
No,
What's your brain base?
that's a very simple thing to do.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna take her down a little lower to make the propelling a little easier, but keep her ready for us, and hopefully we'll be back shortly.
All right. So you lower it. You're just above the tree line. You've got plenty of room, and the ropes are actually there's definitely some slack on the ground.
Alrighty, Doc. No scratches, all right? I'll be back in a bit.
Well, so long as nothing's flying comes by, there shouldn't be any scratches.
Call me paranoid after the last flight. And Desert just kind of shrugs and makes his way out. Is Mira still in the cockpit, or is he's fallen?
No, he's in the cockpit with you two.
Well, Miraz, what do you say we go find the next hunk of mysterious death?
Oh.
Kidding, whatever the artifact is. But you have to admit the whole nightmares thing is creepy as hell. Hope this place is a little nicer.
Yeah, that was not very fun.
Yeah, tell me about it. Desert shudders as if in memory of the last time.
It's actually really hard to block even for me.
But you're not sensing anything this time, right? I mean, you didn't find this one, Rose did.
Yeah, I know. Special, that one. But even back at the Plague Marsh, I could sense the force emanating from the area, but I couldn't sense the artifact. And this planet is covered in the force, so I'm not sensing anything unusual yet, but once we get closer, I may.
Well, if you said the whole planet's covered in the force, at least so far on this planet, not so much with the freakish nightmares, so we'll call it an improvement.
Well, that could change as soon as we get here, so be prepared.
Thanks for the encouragement.
I'm just giving a heads up. So, repressed memories ho.
Great. And Desert kind of slows his walk.
You could always stay here on the ship.
You're starting to make that sound tempting. Come on, let's go.
And everyone but Leo is sitting at the ropes ready to rappel.
Yes, and there's a reason for this. So whilst all that's going on, Leo is approaching the HK.
Yeah.
And as he does so, he removes or at least pulls away the lab coat. I'm assuming that it's got on it now.
Yes.
And he's going to try and find a port and then place his connecting wire into it.
His what wire?
He's connecting, like, he's going to take one of his wires that he usually connects to a terminal and connect it into a port on the droid.
Okay.
And then he's going to reroute power just enough to power that droid's memory core, so he can communicate with it without it, activating fully.
It is on. It's not on enough for it to communicate back, but the message will be stored.
Yeah, so essentially what Leo is going to say is the situation on the outside world has progressed in an interesting way. I have an offer for you. If you refrain from activating your assassin protocols, which I know you have, what will happen is I will rebuild you in return for your service. You will keep this information from anyone aboard this vessel that is not a droid. This is Leo. Over and out. And he closes the message and withdraws his wire.
I will definitely have to make note of that, so I'm going to have to go back and do that later, of course.
Okay. And then Leo steps out of... No, actually, before he leaves, he makes sure the coat gets put back just how it was, and then exits the medical bay and heads out into the hall.
We would have got like all the ropes done right now, right?
Oh yeah, they were already dangling. She had got it set up, and I'm just gonna leave the Skylark there, just for ease because I got it floating, and changing that could make it fall. So, everyone make an athletics roll.
Oh, we're not having the winch lower us down? Oh boy.
Well, you still got... Either way, you still have to grab a hold of the rope.
Yeah.
You can't... Oh, we should have got climbing gear and harnesses, because Desric's ass is about to fall on the ground from the Skylark.
Is it more coordination?
Please be coordination. Please be coordination.
Well, you're physically having to
athletics.
hold the thing, so you're using strength rather than dexterity.
Okay, what if Desric decides not to try to hold himself onto the rope, but to tie himself off?
Which is how I assumed it was going to happen. Is that
would probably be better, yeah.
Piling down.
Because Desric is not a pro rock climber or repeller.
Leo. If Leo tried this, he would probably go straight down.
Okay, so if you want... What?
Is this short range?
Yes, it's short range.
Show off over here is going to jump. Oh,
No,
I'm guessing the ship was not going to jump.
I'm going to use the rope.
Oh.
But I am going to use my touch of fate. So I'm going to add 2 blue die to my roll.
Okay, so you're just going to flat out rappel down. You're not going to tie it off?
Oh no, the ropes are all tied off. They should be all tied off.
Well, I meant tied to yourself like they're going to do and just let the wench lower him down.
Oh yeah,
I was about to say, if you're tying it around your waist and letting the wench let you down, you don't actually need to roll.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just a little slower.
Ellie's plan was to sort of set up a loop for the foot and essentially hold on to the rope and let the winch lower everyone down because we're not special ops.
Yes, Desric likes that plan much better.
There would still be a little bit of a difficulty, but it would just be a single die.
Could we do like a coordination check, like keeping our balance if we've just got one foot in the rope?
Yeah, I'll go for coordination on that one.
The reason
how
why
much-
I'm saying coordination is used to reduce fall damage. And considering
Well,
we're
we
falling
would,
and not
if it
upwards-
was fall damage intended, like you fell and then had to do fall damage, then we would use coordination.
Yeah, but it says diminishing
Oh,
the,
shit.
the impact and stuff, which is why I'm confused. Roll.
I foresee flipping of destiny points.
Crap.
I'm good. I'm fine.
I might need a reroll. Let's see how everybody else does.
Yeah, I think
3.1.
Illy needs to. Okay, is it coordination or athletics?
It's coordination now because you're
Okay.
keeping your balance.
Yeah, 3.1.
Okay, in that case, 1 success, 3 advantage.
I have the exact same roll. Do we need to burn a destiny point, Illy?
What did tough roll?
3.1. It's the greens here.
Okay. And what about Leo?
I'm just checking because I'm fairly sure that I have an ability that'll allow me to do something here.
By the way, not using my touch of fate.
Okay.
I didn't use it on that roll.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping we don't have to use a destiny point, but it's not like we don't have any to spare if we do.
You can remove a setback on coordination and
There's no setback.
checks.
You've got you got it hooked up. It's day. It's just a single red. No, not red, but purple. Purple. I keep wanting to call them black
Okay.
for some dumb reason, but yeah, single purple.
1.3.
So everyone got a 1-3 except for tough.
Yep.
Just a single purple. You want to re-roll or do you want to keep it as is?
I'll stick with it.
I'm actually wondering if, or I don't know, some sadistic part of me is hoping that we fail, and there's some hilarious story about how the three of us all try to keep our balance and one after the other knock each other off.
Are you sure you won't be landed on by Leo?
Ooh, well, Leo should fall first, and we could land on him.
Are you sure you want to land on Leo?
Do you see? Is he holding a torch?
Let's see
He
what
is made
happens.
out of
Re-roll or keep?
I'm keeping.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
Yeah.
Let's see what the dice do.
1 threat.
Yes!
Well, cancels that for me, thank God.
I am not getting squished by a droid today.
So
Or landing on one.
so everyone repels down just fine. Once you're on the ground, Morez just hops off. And lands gracefully right beside everyone.
Show off.
I was gonna say that.
Well, better to be safe than sorry.
He just looks over at Rose. You should be able to do this someday. Shouldn't take you too long.
Yeah, well, my priorities are set elsewhere currently.
Ah, thank you.
I forgot where I put it for a second now.
All right, so everyone's down. You're just before the larger of the trees, but you can definitely see the path to the mountain, and then one large tree, kind of at the very end of the path. There is no sound of creatures. The only thing you hear is the wind just rustling through the fungus.
You see Rose take a big deep breath in and then out, and just this lovely grin on her face. Alrighty, shall we? And she's going to leave the party.
All right, let's go.
Alrighty, and I make my way towards the to whatever opening that I felt before back on the Skylark.
Everyone behind her?
Yep,
And-
Desric's just kind of keeping an eye out on the surroundings for any more critters.
In light of the recent conversation, it's pretty obvious, at least to the people that know her, that Illy's distracted a little bit.
And Leo's following as well?
Yep. Blaster rifle drawn.
Alright, so about a 3-minute walk, you get to that gnarled looking fungus tree. And there is a rather large opening. It can fit 2 people at a time, snugly. But just to give you an guesstimate on its size. There's no light down there, it's pitch black. It kind of goes into the tree and then down.
Alrighty. She's gonna go into it first and start making her way downwards.
Doesn't most of the party have torches?
Oh yeah,
Something close to it, a glow stick.
Yeah.
Glow stick, yeah. Oh no, a torch equivalent.
Yeah, that's right. Flashlight, torch, about the same thing. I gotta remember that. Alright, you turn it on, and it illuminates the area. It is dank. It is not the best smelling. Bit misty. But you see the ground. It's about a 5 feet drop.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump down.
Alright, you make it down, and you are in a chamber. It, there's no, like, seeming path, but there is, you can't tell if it's, like, human, handmade, or if it's natural, but there are seemingly pillars, like, stone just grow there, and someone just cut past it. Didn't even bother to, shape it or make it look good, but there's no pick marks like someone's been through. It's just kind of there, almost like a natural hold up for the cave.
Do I see any paths going anywhere?
There is kind of paths going everywhere, but it's windy. Like I said, a combination of these pillars and what seems to be roots dangling down. It's kind of hard to figure out where you're going.
Yeah, I'm the only one who went down, right? Just making sure.
Right now, yes.
Jump down the 5 feet. Just gonna shout out to the rest of them. Hold on, guys. Illy, could you come down here for a sec?
All right, I'm on the way. She'll make her way down and join her.
Like, how
She's gonna-
closely are we all following behind? Did we just, like, watch her vanish, or was...
Oh, you can
They're
see
kind-
the light coming up from there, but it's not like directly pointing there. So you watch her walk through and slide down into the hole or hop down, however she wants to do it. And whether or not you hear anything, that's up to them and how much you want to peer over and try to eavesdrop.
No, I was just more referencing, like, how closely are we all following each other and how much space is there in the cave? Like,
I'm just
if I'm at the back of the party, could I see that she had just jumped down a hole?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of room around the tree to look. Oh, yeah, I'm assuming everyone's standing outside the tree, like like a couple of feet away from the thing. But yeah, you can see them go into the entrance and hop down the hole. Everyone up
Okay.
top can.
All right, I'm gonna like flash the points. Like how many entrances did you say?
It kind of winds off in a lot of directions. There's a lot of paths, but you're pretty sure a lot of them would end up back to the other. They're just maybe a dead end, maybe not. You can't really tell through the roots and some of the pillars. Plus, there's a light mist in the air. But walk in a direction, and you can pretty much find a path.
All right, I'm gonna take a moment, and I'm gonna try and actually screw it. I'm gonna use my sensibility, which I now have to. There we go. I'm gonna use sense to feel all kind of sentient and non-sentient things, specifically what I think is in here, in short range.
And if I'm correct, that's just a single white's all you need, right?
Yep, and I got it.
Alrighty. So within short range, the only living that you sense are you guys. Non-sentient Leo. But
Oh yeah, shit, that's right.
but within short range, that's about all you sense. But you do feel something else seems to be alive-ish in here. Like its presence is here, but it's not here, kind of deal. Something is just very, very off, yet still has that living feel.
Alrighty. Just gonna look to like the multitude of entrances and.
Well, it's really just wide open, and the way the roots are hanging down, it just kind of makes it look like there's a lot of paths, but you can't really see beyond them. So.
All right. Desiree, could you come down here for a sec?
Yay! Down into the creepy dark hole. Desric will turn on his torch and hop down.
Should we just get everyone down here?
No.
Well, is there enough space, or are we all gonna like start landing on each other's heads?
Oh, they can move over and let you hop down. There's plenty of room.
And Desric will kind of go, "Whoa, it's a little bigger than I thought." As he
Yeah.
comes down in space. So Desric shines the light around and takes a look around. Is there anyone? Well, not anyone else in here, but I don't know. Where should we be going? Desric's going to kind of look to Rose.
Do you feel anything?
Yeah, I do. It's out of my senses. But it's here.
Okay. I don't suppose anybody brought some rope or chalk or some way to mark our way around so we don't get lost?
Unfortunately, no. The rope's been used just to get us down to the ground.
Leo, Desric's going to call up the hole.
Leo steps out to the edge and goes, "Yes."
Can you track us down here?
Once I get down there, I can add a program to myself to record our movements.
Yeah, we might need some assistance with that. It looks like there's multiple directions we could go.
And that's what I'll do. I could track you, but given this is underground, I'm not entirely sure how. Or, well, in a giant tree, I'm not entirely sure how that is going to affect the trackers. So I will have to come down.
Right. Well, given as we don't have any more rope to pull you back up, maybe you should stay up top for a moment.
Yeah, keep Mariz and she's like subtly saying this. Keep Mariz and Leo up there for now.
You see Leo preparing to drop down.
Hold on a second, Leo. How do we get you
Lay him
back
up.
up if you come down here? I mean, no offense, but you're heavy and there's not an easy way up. We still got to get the three of us back up there.
I have been held in the air before. You can do so again.
Oh, right.
And Leo is going to carefully drop down.
There's an audible sigh coming from Rose.
What's up?
Nothing. Mariz, I recommend you stay up there and keep watch just in case
Fully
things
intend to.
decide to come by. Good man.
Though, if you need help, don't
See, that's
hesitate to ask.
We'll have
I'll
to
keep
test
it
the
in mind.
comms further down. Unless she can contact you via. And he gives us like hand movement between you guys. Specifically between Mariz and Mariz.
Yeah, I check my comm to Mariz.
No. He's pointing between you two specifically. If the comms do not work, can you guys contact each other?
Oh, no. Telepathy isn't. Well, I don't know if it exists, but it's something that I don't have.
Then let's hope that the comms work.
With that suggestion, Desric is going to look around. I don't know if it's not quite a cave entrance, but he's going to look around for some rocks or a piece of rubble.
There's like natural stone pillars holding the ground above you there.
I'm looking for small or loose rock, something about the size of a fist.
Oh yeah, there's like little rocks around.
Okay, so Desric's going to try and find one that looks, I don't know, vaguely like a chisel and or a really big pen, and he's going to try scratching one of the surfaces with it to see if it'll leave a mark.
You do manage to find something close to that. It's not quite that, but a little bit more pointed on one side. You start scratching into, I'm assuming, another one of the pillars.
Yeah, if there's the entrance, like marking one of the entrances.
Oh, like I said, it's not. It's more like a cave. You can go and
Okay.
it's cave, very open, going a lot of directions. It's got a light mist around it, and what's really making it kind of hard to navigate is the roots from the fungus trees.
Well, the roots he can always cut away with the vambraces or a knife, but he doesn't want to like ruin the blade on stone.
Oh,
So he's just looking for like a stone to scratch marks up.
oh yeah, you
So-
can get some scratch marks in there.
And Desert will toss Rose a rock and go look for a second one himself. All right, old school it is then.
She kind of takes it, looking a little bit confused. Hands it off to Illy.
Just find one you can use to mark a path so you know where you've gone.
Oh,
All right. So we're planning on splitting up again, are we?
I say
No,
we take it.
but in case we get split up, everyone should have one.
Fair point.
Alrighty then.
All right, Rose, you're the gifted one. Which way are we going?
Flattering. She's going to go into. She's going to try and. She knows kind of. She's going to take a path as close as she can to it.
You partially broke up. I did not
Oh,
catch a lot of
As I
that.
do. I'm gonna take the closest route to the thing that I was feeling before.
Trying to think here. When you did your sense, you kind of just went to the hole, but you didn't go in and look at the directions, so you're as close as you know you are so far.
Alrighty. No, she's just gonna go. She's gonna go down and get. She's gonna take a path and just head into a direction.
Okay. Any particular direction, like cardinal?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe west.
All right, so you begin heading
A
west.
westerly direction.
You move through the roots and whatnot, push them out of your way. You keep coming up to pillars on either side till eventually you hit a wall, and at this point you're starting to see that what you're in is more like a giant room. As you make your way along the wall, do you want to head north or south? Or back east?
That's a choose your own adventure game. Just gonna head northwards.
So you make your way north along the wall. It begins to curve in. Then it gets to a point where it, instead of curving in and going east, it now opens up and you go back north. Not kind of like a, it's not like a doorway. It's like a normal cave opening you just find randomly, like say in Minecraft or something. But it's open. You can go down it, or you can keep going into another area in this room.
Okay, quick break. Nothing critical, but just as this is happening, Desert is just every so often making a mark.
Leo will follow behind.
At least keeping up, keeping your eyes open.
She's going to try and perceive through the force and see what's down this opening.
Roll a force die.
One light.
So you peer down this cave and you let your senses just kind of stretch out, picking up anything. And what you end up picking up is kind of like a light chuckle. I feel my other half.
To be clear, we don't have the piece of the artifact with us, right? We gave that to the businessman.
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, only Rose hears that.
Nope. Copy that. That's not player knowledge. That's character. It's not character knowledge. It's player knowledge. I was making sure that I wasn't misremembering.
My other half. Just gonna start walking down.
What's that?
He just ignores you, keeps walking down. Walking into the cave, this little entrance thing.
Yeah, she'll follow along.
Does Desric follow as well?
Yep. Still making marks every so often.
So, as you all walk in, Desric, you don't actually hear it, but your mind jumps to it. A memory.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, let me think. Remember, Mr. Milan, a name carries weight.
Oh, shit. That was the conversation with the captain, right?
Yes.
The unnamed... Oh, yeah. Great. So, yeah, that just happened. And Desric is looking a lot more anxious. Illy?
Yes?
Is this place starting to feel vaguely swampish to you?
Yeah, somewhat. Not very settled, if that's what you mean. Are you alright?
It's not as bad as Terrace yet, but I might be hearing things.
Take deep breaths, Desric. You just
Yeah,
stay calm.
right. Deep breaths and set the blaster to stun. He makes a mental note and checks his blaster to make sure it's set on stun.
Good plan. She'll do the same.
A little bit further. Ileana. I'm assuming you're trying to keep it out to keep focus on what you're doing, but you begin to drift. I found him again, but he's no longer on Mandalore. There's 2 bodies, and apparently a stolen ship.
Yeah, for a split second, she's kind of unsteady on her feet and stumbles a bit.
What's the line formation? Rose is up front.
Yeah, Rose is first.
I think Illy's probably next.
Yeah, Desric's probably following behind Illy and just kind of making marks as he goes.
So Leo and Leo and Desric probably see a sudden stumble.
I take it you're feeling it now too?
Yes. Maybe it's nothing. It's just
Well,
I
let's
got some
just
bad
not...
news just before we got here. We'll talk about it later.
Right. Leo, make sure we don't do anything stupid.
Same protocol as last time. I'm beginning to wonder whether we should start replacing the crew with droids for these missions.
Yeah, I'll stay not a robot for now, thanks.
Are you sure you would be immune to all this?
On second thought, you may have a point.
Ellie's going to try and get her focus back. She's going to stop for a moment, take a few deep breaths, and keep pushing on.
Alright, so you keep going a little bit of a ways. It's fine for the rest of you. Rose. Hold on. Alright, so Rose, as you progress further, peace is a lie. There is only passion.
She takes a deep breath in, a deep breath out. Again, smirking. She keeps on walking.
There is no emotion. There is peace.
Kind of halts for a sec. And yeah, stops the line.
Yeah, Ellie will slow up.
Can I see anything like further ahead as we've gone through this tunnel thing?
The roots are
Just
clearing
keep
up.
like curving around. Okay.
It's kind of curvy back and forward, but mostly it's straight. The roots are pretty much gone at this point. The mist is starting to rise to the top of the cave, but it's not at the bottom.
Just gonna draw her vibro sword and continue making her way forward.
You continue making your way forward. There does seem to be a faint glow in the distance. Desric. Trying to remember, what was it? Mostly just how it happened. God, it was so long ago. Crap.
Yeah, I'll need some context.
I know. So, Desric, we meet again, old friend. And now I get my chance to kill you for enslaving my people.
Ah, that's not going to go well, but at least he's seen Jer since then, so he knows it's not real. Okay. Billy, it's getting worse. Rose, are we getting any closer?
Can't you tell?
I think it's getting worse because we're getting closer.
Great, let's find it and get out of here.
Just gonna keep walking through.
Continue to move. Ileana, Mommy, don't go to Ollie.
Yeah, she squeezes her eyes shut tight for a second at that.
You get further and further, and the effects similar. They're memories that continuously pop up to you. Rose, yours is exactly the same thing as what you experienced in the swamp. If you remember how it went.
So. Yep, I do. Yeah.
But as you enter the chamber and lay eyes on a small cubical object, ornate. Again, sitting on kind of like a rock surface, natural pedestal, so to speak. It ends with, "The Force shall free me. The Force shall guide me."
Just gonna observe the room. There's no other entrances. There's no like windows or spaces.
It's completely underground. It is, the path kind of narrowed almost to like a doorway, and it entered to a small semi-spherical room. There's light coming from this, but there's nothing to emanate the light.
She's gonna walk forward to this cubic object.
Careful where you tread. Do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, she's just oblivious to Leo, but she's going to walk up to the pedestal and just examine the cube.
As you stand there staring at it, I feel my half. Whole, make me whole.
Ailey's shining her glow rod around to see if there's any obvious traps, such as they are.
Looks like a cave that's emanating light from no source.
Rose?
Is this box able to be opened?
You can't tell. It's just a small, ornate box that could fit in your hand.
Oh, in my hand.
So this is considerably smaller than the last piece of the artifact we found.
The last piece of the artifact could fit in your hand as well.
Does this look reasonably like it could be part of the same thing?
If you examine it as much, the bottom, you can't really tell without picking up and looking at all six sides. But the ornate detail on it looks like what you assume to be the bottom of the artifact.
So we found a lid, and this is the bottom part?
No, I think we found the bottom, and this is the lid.
Desric and Miss Ileana, I advise you to prepare to run. If Rose is going to do what I think she's going to do, this could cause all sorts of trouble for you.
What do you mean?
Well, last time she touched one of those things, something like threw her down a hole. Maybe one of us should pick it up instead?
I can try it. Eli will take a step forward and just... Rose?
How did Merez not see this?
I don't know. Maybe his gift is different, somehow.
Finally, I thought this would be it.
Maybe it is. Look, last time you touched one of these, it didn't exactly go well. Do you mind if I give a try? I promise not to lose it this time.
She's gonna look waringly at it, holster the sword, and step back. Just one pace.
Ellie's gonna take a deep breath, reach out, and try to pick it up carefully.
It comes up with no resistance, just its own weight, which is surprisingly light.
Okay, she flips it over.
As you flip it over and look at the bottom, you can tell that there is definitely mechanisms in there. Not all of them look like they move, more like focusing equipment, but you can't tell what the power source is. But what you do see is, from what you remember, this looks like it fits exactly with the other half.
This is it. It has to be.
Great, then let's get out of here before any other weird shit happens.
Agreed. I have no objections, Rose.
I don't know what's east.
East?
There's something over there that the Emperor has felt. So I'm guessing that's what it is.
The what?
She's kind of just like trailing off and walking around the cave, having just a look around, even though it's probably just all the same.
As you walk around, you hear your name called, and it's coming from Illy's direction.
I walk over to Illy.
Well,
And just again stare at the cube.
Make me whole. Please make me whole.
Ellie's gonna try and put it in her backpack.
The closer it gets into her backpack, the more it calls your name, Rose.
Her hand, because her hands are usually by her side, but she just kind of raises her right hand a bit, starts rubbing her fingers together and clenches her fist and screws up her face a tad.
Rose, are you okay?
Somewhat resisting herself.
If there is no resistance, she's going to put it in her backpack.
Hold on. There is no resistance. So let's put it in the bag.
Well,
Great, let's go.
if you want to check out what's to the east.
Yeah.
Do you remember what we talked about?
I did.
Desric looks confused.
Now would be a good time.
I mean, maybe.
Spit it out. Tell them.
Tell us what?
Do you know what demons are?
You know, a little while ago I would have said fairy tales, but given what I've seen around you and this wretched artifact, I don't even want to know. We have what we came for. Can we please go now?
Long ago existed a demon of the wastes.
Oh, I'm sure I
Anyone
don't like
know?
where this is going.
Oh, you asked.
No,
Any
in fact I didn't. I
recall?
asked if we could go.
Oh, that's true. I'm still going to tell you.
Of course you are.
Demons existed long ago in wastes, which may have been here, though that was the last location according to my studies. They were known as the Zeruls.
Okay,
Somewhat
great.
of a
Creepy fairy
head
tale on a
demon.
creepy planet.
Yeah,
Best to
fun times.
listen, Desric.
Above the Zeruls was a demon known as Zur. Savage people. The Empire at the time tried to control them. It didn't work in their favor after they came back in body bags. Time passed. The Empire never got to them. The savageness consumed themselves. Zur overcame, became more intelligent, more fearful. Those who would encounter this demon would flee. And they said there is only one left, these reports. And I intend to find it. Think of this as a personal pilgrimage or a journey. Though it lies east. That's why I asked Merez not to come down here, because I thought this was it. Though we are one step closer to making and completing this artifact.
Okay, personal pilgrimages aside, that little hunk of whatever the hell these artifacts are, holocron or what have you, are very valuable to some very powerful people who are currently holding Illy's family hostage and want to kill mine. As far as I'm concerned, we have what we came for, and we're just standing around telling creepy ghost stories in a cavern. So, can we please leave now? And you can get back to your personal pilgrimage after our families are safe?
That's why I got rid of mine. He's just going to start walking out of the room.
Now, that's just creepy.
Got rid of yours.
Just going to keep walking out.
This
Well,
needs to be answered, Rose.
Hold up.
She stops at the entrance.
What do you mean you got rid of yours? Your family?
I left them because I didn't need them.
Okay.
Quickly.
Well, that sounds slightly less murderous and creepy than I got rid of my family, but, murderous thoughts aside, can we please leave?
The sooner we get back to the businessman and get this artifact in their hands, the sooner my daughter can be safely aboard. So I'm all for that. But I also promised Rose that I would help her with this, whatever it is, and I don't fully understand it.
What is there gained? What is there to be gained by chasing after a demon?
I don't know. But we're here.
I'm asking Rose.
Zur had this artifact.
Oh, no.
An artifact that would... How to put this? She's kind of like thinking to herself for a minute, trying to think of a word. It... Consider a thing of... Possibly... She's actually like She knows what it is, but she doesn't know what it is. And she's trying to think of these words, but she can't. Think of a way as to understanding the Force better for myself.
That sounds extremely harmless for something called a demon.
It depends
Who
on what
knows?
aspect of the Force it allows you to understand.
Well, I don't understand any of it.
Nor do I.
Think of it as a weapon, and these weapons, they have certain settings. Depending on what the artifact is, it could be the difference between an explosion or a stun blast.
And now we're starting to see why this sounds so considerably less friendly.
Well, I do have one question. Why do you want to keep Mraz away from that?
Yes.
Why?
Because I don't understand the Force fully, and I feel like I should. And if this is the place to find it, then it'll be a short trip.
That's not an answer to her question.
It sounds like you and Mraz are in the same place as far as not understanding it as well as you could. And perhaps not as well as you should. So this could help both of you. And I think the more people we have helping you, the better your chances of success.
And let's
Mraz?
say that you do keep it from him. What happens when he finds out?
Who knows?
You may
Nothing.
end up like Jade.
It's a small ship, and given how you two, I don't know, feel these things, I doubt you'll be able to hide it from him.
Yes, that is true.
And I'd personally, prefer it if you two didn't go all murderous rampagey on the inside of my ship, because that'll likely end up with holes in the ship and the rest of us dying in the process.
For once, I'm not entirely concerned about Mrez. It's more his quote unquote underlings that I have a concern over. If
His
Mrez
underlings are not on
finds
the
out
ship.
that you're hiding, yes, but if Mrez finds out that you're hiding things from him, you're also hiding things from them. And they butchered Jade.
From what Mraz told me, that sounds about right. What happened was, at least according to him, in a way, beyond his control, which suggests that he doesn't have everything to say about what they do. I think under the circumstances, it might be best to work on earning his trust, and this would not be a good way to start.
So, why don't we head back to the ship, drop off the artifact, and if Rose and Maris want to go chasing after some demon thing, we can all decide together.
I'm on board with that. Rose?
Just kind of facing away from the party now. All right.
Good.
She starts walking
Then
out.
pause in the dramatic. I don't know what this is, but we'll continue this fun little discussion after the artifact's safely aboard the ship.
Agreed. Ellie's making sure her pack is tightly closed and following Rose.
The moment the moment you leave that cave, that area where the artifact was, the light immediately goes out. In that area, y'all's glow sticks are just fine.
That is unsettling.
To say the least. Oh, the sooner I'm done with this forced business, the better.
We're glad to get this thing off our hands.
Seconded. And Desric starts walking out.
Well, if there's no further things to do here, you all make it to the entrance of the cave, or the hole, without any incident. No other visions or anything popping into your head, save for Rose. She keeps hearing her name being called from Miliana's bag. But we are going to end it here. So, thanks so much, everyone, for watching. Sorry for the short episode, but real life has to take over when it calls. Hopefully next week seems to be good, and Tough can figure out what's going on with his PC.
I will not be here next week. I'll be over east. I'll be over for PAX.
I am.
Okay.
Ah, that's right.
So, there won't be anything next week.
No. I mean...
No, we kind of need you here for this because...
I could potentially. But... that's my free day, so I'm not sure what's happening that day, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll leave it as a maybe and get with us at least a day before to let us know. But thanks everyone so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time.